Happy Pokemon Day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our special 2024 Pokemon Day Tournament here as I consider plays. My name is Coronel here with a bunch of plushies here, including my very own Emolga right here that I brought in alongside all these other plushies that are around me. The Celesteela, Pikachu, Dino, Teddy Ursa, and the Arceus here. And we're running a very unique tournament today. We have nothing but rental teams today, as we're going to get a lot of our Pokemon predetermined before we got a chance to do what we usually do, just make the team ourselves. Now, the fate of every single trainer will fall into the hands of whatever team they got. And this is not going to be for any CP, just you guys are all aware. This is just a for fun tournament, but this tournament does have some bragging rights, being whoever could be the most versatile Pokemon trainer ever. Because to be the very best, you gotta know how to use a lot of different Pokemon. Like, you can't just be sticking around with a pair of 6 Pokemon for your entire season. Like, you can, but if you want to prove your versatility, you gotta prove yourself to be worthy of the challenge. And we have quite a lot of trainers here, and I hope they're all ready for best of 1 format, because this is going to be one heck of a journey for all these trainers. Best of 1. You only get 1 chance, 1 opportunity. If you win, you got it. If you lose, what's your excuse? I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, we're going to get started with round number 1 here between William Franco and Jacob Hans here, as we're going to get set to get the rental teams on deck before these 2 trainers. William, if you did not know, recently got 6th place at last week's Premier Challenge on Sunday. Well, not this one, because it was a Sunday prior. And it's going to be really difficult, because if you know what you're doing, then you can win with as many teams as you want. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're probably going to be losing in like 2 to 3 turns, which will not be appreciative. And as we're going to get set to get the rental codes on deck and the rental teams into the playing field between Jacob and Gucci-san, and William Franco, I apologize. Well, because I typically know him as Gucci-san as my own personal buddy, but because this is not a biased stream, I have to call him by William. And yeah, oh no, this is going to be some interesting Pokemon, because as we're going to get set for round number 1 between William and Jacob, we have the most ridiculous teams. William's team that he rolled his Riolu, Regigigas, Raikou, Cinccino, Phalanx, and Heracross, while Jacob's going to be piloting Smeargle, Whimsicott, Urshifu, which I currently do not know the type of the Urshifu, mind you, Entei, Ursaluna Bloodmoon, and Goldango. And the jankiness that can be pulled within the following 2 turns is pretty bad, because the Regigigas looks horrible because it has slow start and he has no wheezing, so it's going to be stable for 5 turns. But if there's any way I can pull out a victory, it is definitely in the hands of Riolu, because of the prankster coaching that it could possibly provide for the Regigigas to circumvent the slow start, where it's like if you get 2 of them, well, you're back to normal. And as for Jacob, it looks like a relatively standard team, where it's like, if you had to Tailwind, you could pretty much sweep your opponent at any given time. But it looks like Jacob's going to have to speed control for the rest of the battle, because William has no form of speed control from what it looks like. And without speed control, you're really going to be going last here. And now, you know, I just make it, I want you guys aware, I do not know these movesets, so I'm just as curious as you are. So we're back to the good old days of running these Pokemon, you know, as crazy as they can. And into this format, I know this one. And we're gonna get set for round 1, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is best of 1, 1 chance, 1 opportunity to perform and win. And let's see if either of these Pokemon are capable enough to wield these teams that have been presented to them on the silver platter, as we're going to get this from William's perspective. Jacob going to lead the Whimsicott Goldango, typical standard lead here, and William going to lead Riolu Regigigas. But remember, there is a slow start in play, and even though it is very likely that this Riolu can definitely survive, at least provide the support to the Regigigas, your problem, you're going to be taking a whole lot of damage while you do so. Meaning, what's the best way to deal with the Goldango? Which is probably going to be Clicky Make It Rain, I'll be real. And depending on how trained this Ryolu is, you're probably going to get a couple of coachings off, but I don't think you're going to get as much leverage. It just comes down to whatever the Regigigas do for what it does for William. Oh, actually, that is pretty good if you hit the Goldango. If you hit the Heat Crash on Goldango, maybe it doesn't knock out, but it gets into a range where a second one will most definitely threaten it. As we are doing an extended timer for this one, we don't have the official format here. Ooh, Wide Guard coming out from Regigigas to make sure Make It Rain is not an option for this Goldango. At least from Jacob's end, it's going to be a feint to go into the Whimsicott to break the Focus Sash on it. So as Tailwind goes up, Goldango's the last Pokemon to move on this very turn. And did the Goldango click Make It Rain? Yes, it did, and it's going to get nullified by the Wide Guard. William popping off on the camera as he survives one turn of slow start at the very beginning. But he has to deal with 3 turns of that Goldango. And 3 turns of Goldango, especially, wait, if you, oh, I don't know if you can copycat. Wait. I don't think Ryolu's faster than Whimsicott. There's nobody who can copycat Tailwind in order to match it. If you could, that'd be crazy. And as an FYI, if you Wide Guard, Protect can possibly fail. So that's definitely a risk you can run. And William going to click the Terra on this Regigigas. Here comes Stellar Terra. Yeah, so it's going to be Stellar Terra, so it's going to be packing a bit of power to its other type moves, which notably will be that Heat Crash and the Double Edge it has. Oh, and okay, that's an Encore to the Regigigas, which is just forced to go for Wide Guard once again. It's going to be the last Pokemon to move. It's going to be getting a coaching boost, but now Regigigas is rendered useless for the remainder that it is Encored. So, now it's going to go for the Shadow Ball into this Ryolu, the Goldango at the very least. And Ryolu will go down to that Focus Sash. You know it's holding that item and not typically that Eevee that it could have been holding. And unfortunately, Wide Guard going to fail, and now Ryolu and Regigigas are both in trouble. Yeah, it's just like, this is just the most difficult thing you could possibly be in this situation for Jacob here. As now Whimsicott going to switch out. Goldango robbing another Shadow Ball here. Entei coming in here for Jacob, so it's in a better spot at the very least. Regigigas now going to come out into the Pokeball, and comes the Cinccino for William. So it is a nice deterioration to get into this position, and the tech comes out from the Ryolu Shadow Ball. This will be coming out from the Goldango. Won't be doing much of anything, and that's a nasty plot. And now, once again, you're under the threat of Make It Rain, and I think Jacob might already have this game in the bag, because if you don't find a way to stop this Goldango, as I said at the very beginning of the game, you are gonna be losing. Because it's just really clicking Make It Rain for the rest of the battle. This Regigigas is not going to be able to do whatever it wants, because it's still going to have to retain the slow start that it had from the very beginning. And it's not going to be looking so good. The Cinccino can put in some work with those multi-hit moves, especially like Tail Slap and Rock Blast, but once again, you're threatened by Heat by the Goldango. So I don't see a way William can actually win the game anymore, because Regigigas is pretty much stuck doing nothing. Goldango's already set up with the Nasty Plot. Jacob's in like the best position he could possibly be in. It's Copycat gonna come out and copy Nasty Plot. He's gonna get the special attack boost, which unfortunately won't be doing much of anything. Sacred Fire gonna land on Cinccino. Not enough for the knockout. Doesn't get a burn, but the Make It Rain will pick up both Pokemon. And as the special attack falls for the Goldango, going back to +1. It's still in a very, very terrible spot for William, as you have a Regigigas that's probably doing nothing with... Okay, well, at the very least, Tailwind's gone, but again, you're dealing with a Regigigas that has to survive for 5 turns for the slow start, and at least you have a Raikou. At least you have a Raikou to potentially combat the situation. But once again, it's just the Goldango that's just the problem Pokemon right now. And because the Goldango is just there, it's threatening. I mean, you can't Shadow Ball. Like, maybe you can Shadow Ball a Raikou, but I don't see how you're going to be winning this game. I mean, yeah, you Electric with a good speed control, but what speed control can you possibly get with this Raikou? I mean, maybe Snarl wouldn't be a terrible option. I mean, Jacobs was on a roll from the start of this battle. Snarl going to be landing on both these Pokemon, going to be decent damage to the Goldango. and they're going to drop both special attacks of the Golden Go and the Entei respectively. Sacred Fire goes into this Raikou, that does so much damage to it, burns it as well. Regigigas has an opportunity to do something here. Okay, so double into the Raikou, so down goes the Raikou. It is a 1v4 situation for Regigigas, for William, and Jacob has all 4 of his Pokemon. Regigigas only needs a miracle to make it happen. Here's Double Edge. The only boost it has with the Stellar Terra. In comes, yeah, not doing enough damage to the Entei. And this battle is likely going to be over. And no, this is just how you lose the game immediately. You just let Golden Go do the nasty plot or get any chance to get speed control into his possession, you just auto lose the game. This is just what we learned here. Golden Go we're going to protect. And I'm pretty sure Jacob just got the better hands of the team here, as Sacred Fire not going to knock out the Regigigas from his position, and yet that burns out because there's a seal up the game. William going to go 0-1, Jacob going to go 1-0. Heat Crash unfortunately goes to protect. I don't think there's any way out for this Golden Go. I mean, for the Regigigas. It's just, it hurts because I definitely think this team definitely has the potential to go for whatever it wanted to go for, but the problem once again was just like, if he has speed control, you just win. And the Golden Go just got to do whatever the heck it wanted to do. Man. Yeah, this is so unfortunate. So, as Regigigas now probably only has 2 more turns to survive with the burn and the slow start. Yeah, this battle's pretty much over, unfortunately. As soon as Jacob does any damage into Regigigas, this is probably should be over. There's Extreme Speed, that's the battle. And with Jacob Han's going to win round number 1 with a comfortable 4-0. The most dominant 4-0 you'll probably ever see today. And Jacob, good on him for going 1-0. William, a big hole to dig out of for the first battle, as he's going to fall to 0-1. Again, that just hurt. It just sucks to see because you wanted to see something like Regigigas work, but this just shows you a weakness of Regigigas, which it needs Wheezing to do whatever what it's to do. Because if you don't have the Wheezing, you don't have any power surge into that Double Edge, into that Heat Crash, or even a Ryogu coaching that it probably could have been provided with. And that's unfortunate is how that battle just turned out for William. And we're going to be taking a break here, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back for more of these rental teams of madness right after this.